is right so far. Today is 100% chance of rain.
It is 9 a.m. I'm going to call this meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. It is Tuesday, July 6th, 2021. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Waterman, would you lead us today?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Item number 2, call for public comment. We will address these at the open part of our meeting. They are issues that are not on our agenda. The 2 phone numbers that individuals can still call in is 882-6248, 882-6297. Conflict of interest items. Are there any fellow commissioners? What's on the agenda?
None.
All right, item number 4, action to approve the July 6, 2021 agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. We have 2 minutes that we'll be approving. The first one for number 5 is action to approve the June 21st, 2021 minutes of the joint county city meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Did anyone see any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Now, action to approve our June 22nd, 2021
So moved.
minutes of the county commissioners. Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any additions or corrections on that? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. We'll move on to monthly reports, and we have the community health nurse in our packet. Cindy, did you want to add anything to that?
No, it's just they've been allowed to continue with their reports. I don't know if the state kind of called to that during the pandemic, but it's just an update in your packets on WIC caseloads, immunization, school services, and I'll detail a little bit of it in minutes when we go through it. So, and it came from Cody Martin, who is the community health nurse in the office.
All right, very good. Let's move on. And we will be starting to do our budget reviews. So the department heads that are here are the ones that we'll be doing today. So we will next move on to extension with Jody. Okay, well,
Morning,
we'll
Jody.
just wait otherwise.
Morning,
Yeah.
Jody.
Good morning, Jody.
Now it is?
Yep.
All right. Just some updates. July 4-H at Home projects are going to go out this week, and it's based on health and science, making some bath fizzies that they can actually exhibit. Our special foods contest is this Thursday, July 8th, which will be in person this year. Still space some of the families apart a little bit. But we have 16 contestants, and I have a few from other counties coming here also that didn't work with their counties. So that's happening this Thursday. Our Eastern Dakota 4-H Rodeo will be this weekend at Derby Downs. It's July 10th and 11th out at Derby Downs. I'm having a Cloverbud camp next Wednesday. The little ones have been waiting to do something with 4-H so much. It's 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. So we're having our Western camp next Wednesday, July 14th. Our state horse show in Huron will be July 19th and 21st. We just held our county horse show with Clark and Spink County last Wednesday, June 30th. It was a long day. We started at 9 and we finished about 5:45. But Codington only had one participant and help with but he did really good. Our one contestant did. And then fashion review contest on July 28th at the end of the month. It's kind of how fast July goes. And then achievement days will be August 2nd through the 5th.
All right.
This, you mentioned some of the other counties are coming over here for special foods.
Mm-hmm.
This first time that's been done?
No, they've come here before. If it doesn't work for their county, they can come to our county, and it's the same rules, same everything, so they can come too. So, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Good.
Any other questions for Jody? Otherwise, Becky is here with her budget.
Yes,
Good
I
morning, Becky.
apologize.
It's all right.
Long weekend, I forgot what was on my schedule. Sorry about that.
You're fine. Just in time. All right.
I talk slow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot about that. Gotta find the right budget.
Page 55, if that makes any sense to any of you.
What color is it?
Might be different from
Colors are
everyone.
all- Colors are not coordinated, no.
It's for the copy.
What's it under?
Wait a minute.
It's up on the board too. Unless you want to break your
Which
neck
one's that
looking
under?
backwards.
That's a little,
So it's fun.
I always gotta find, get
611.
things
Yeah.
coordinated, extension. You should be in the front, you're first.
55.
all right, yeah, I have 55 as well.
E,
We all there?
Yes,
All right, very
yes.
good. All right, take it away.
It's amazing, but I found it.
Okay. Pretty much the same as what we've done every year with our budget. We looked at we'll start at the top with our wages. We looked at an estimated 3% COLA next year with a COLA and a step increase in longevity. We came up with that figure. Everything else, as we go down, our health insurance, we took the actual 2021 costs and projected a 10% increase. I think we do that every year. Dental stays the same. Everything stays the same. Workers' compensation, again, we estimated 10% increase on that one that we do every year as well. Our publishing, our rentals, our repair, our maintenance, our supplies, we stay pretty well within our budget. So we left all that the same. We think we're pretty frugal. We can stay within those guidelines. So we didn't put any increases there. We do pretty well in there. Utility should stay about the same. There's been a little change in there with our Mid-Continent bill went up. Now our 5-year contract on that was over, so we had to renegotiate. That did go up a little bit. We can still stay within that budget. Yeah, our current expenses, our 4-H advisor, that went up 2.5% wage increase per SDSU's request, and I think you should have that as well. Normally that goes up 3%. I guess I don't know why they only requested a 2.5 this year.
I'm sorry, which one was it?
That was 429. That's the, well, actually, no, that should,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
429.
That's right.
Yep, the 4-H advisor. That's our portion of Jody's salary.
Yeah.
Yep. So all in all, our total budget should be about 182,688, which is an increase of just over 2.7%. So not a lot of increase, not a lot of change.
All right.
So pretty well stay in where we have been. Any questions or concerns? It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
We don't make a lot of change.
That's a good thing.
No.
Things
Yeah.
can stay status quo.
2.7 is good,
Is that good?
yes, it is good. I wish they would all be that good, but unfortunately, yeah. they
Well,
won't.
and you're gonna have your expenses, salary increases and
Yeah.
stuff every
Yeah.
year. that-
Yeah.
The insurance and the
You know,
salary, and that's pretty much
And it's
where
just
you
an
see our
estimate.
If you
increases.
can hold the
Right.
line on supplies and projects, that's where it's
Yeah.
gonna help, so, yeah.
And we do, we try to maintain those
Oh, yeah.
pretty well, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, very good
Thank
then.
you.
I think we should be good. Thank you for that. Thanks,
welcome.
Jody.
Yep, thank you.
Next, we'll move on then to the Veteran Service Officer. Todd does have some information in our packet besides his budget information. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Commissioners. So we'll start off with 4 transports with the DAV in June. We currently have 2 scheduled for July. We currently have 11 qualified drivers. As of last week, I called and talked to, or I sent him an email actually. I talked with Gene Murphy here about 2 weeks ago and face-to-face on this, but still no news as far as when the delivery of the van's going to be coming in yet, but soon as I know anything, you guys will know something from that standpoint. I did go out and purchase 11 shirts for my volunteer drivers to just to help show the appreciation for their time that they spend, and also to help identify them when they're driving the vehicle, that they know they're from Codington County. Peg and I did go out and purchase our own, so this is kind of what they look like from that standpoint. So I guess we'll wait with the budget. The bridge dedication, I went out there, a great event out at the National Guard Armory. Secretary Whitlock was there to speak, along with Lieutenant Governor Rowden was there. I would say there was probably 150 people in attendance for that, so it was a great event. So that was good to go to and enjoy. I have a couple more applications in the works probably for next year, so we'll see how that goes for them. The graphic distribution of VA expenditures, I sent that in a packet. There's a lot of numbers in there. That kind of tells you where Codington County is at right now. We had about $1 million increase from last year to $16.6 million. Again, that kind of includes all the compensation, pension, voc rehab, also the medical clinic and the expenses at the medical clinic from that standpoint. So that's all there in that handout that I gave you from that standpoint.
That's an estimation of all the federal, the VA stuff.
Yep, coming into Codington County.
Does that include pension?
Yep, it includes the comp, pen. We didn't have any construction, voc rehab, no loan guarantee, no general operating, but then you have insurance. Then you have the medical care. Medcare is the one that kind of jumped up there a little bit more, maybe because they moved into the new clinic from that standpoint and construction costs there. So
these numbers are in thousands or?
No, there you got to add 3 zeros right at
3
the.
zeros, so that's what I meant.
Yep.
So like the pensions would be 600, 825,000, for example.
It would be 6
Million.
million.
6.8 million.
Yep. And we actually did go up in our veteran population too by about 100. So from that standpoint. The local veterans organizations, I meet with the commanders tonight, and they are getting back to their normal monthly meetings. I know MOA has started. They started about 2 months ago. The Marine Corps is going back to their monthly meetings and stuff like that. So the Legion seems to be extremely busy. They're getting booked for venues and stuff like that. So everything is kind of coming back to normal. So that's a good thing there. I know Toys for Tots is going to be out at the racetrack here. I don't know if it's this week or next weekend, but so they're getting back to their events. Future events, I will, my travel is approved to attend a state training meeting in certification in peer this August. Also the 8th annual Veterans and First Responders Appreciation Day. The date has been set for Thursday, September 16th at the Bernie Edwards Readiness Center. It'll run from 4:30 to 7:30 with a short program at 6:30. Glacial Lake Harmonizers will sing patriotic songs. The keynote speaker will be Secretary Whitlock from the Department of Veterans Affairs. I will be setting up a booth there. They're going to have some booths set up there. So I'm going to set up a booth with a couple of chairs and just kind of be there for if any veterans are coming by, which talk to anybody that comes by.
It's always good to have that exposure
Yeah.
at events like that.
And I'll probably look at getting back into, I didn't get there this year, but when we do the farm show,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm going to try to get something set up there and attend that from that standpoint. But the local commanders will be selecting the Codington County Veteran of the Year in August with the list of nominees they submit. And I have the trophy on order for that. Unless there's any questions.
Anyone have any questions at time? All right, let's move on to your budget then.
Basically on my budget, that top area is pretty much standard data with the increased and the information that the auditor's office sends out on how to compute that. We did have an increase there, basically due to wages from that standpoint. I don't know, I think everybody has that sheet that I kind of
Yes.
hand out. So then we go down to the next one. We pretty much, we have a slight increase there. I reduced the amount for pegs, but then we kind of looked at some of the other chairs, so we kept that in. As far as focusing on furniture, we did paint a couple of the walls in the office here this last week. The maintenance guys came over and really looks nice from that. Thank you for them. Other than that, you can basically see we had an increase of about $6,000 from last year to this year. Unless
There's a
questions.
large decrease in Todd's budget for other current expenditures because we will not be budgeting for a van next year.
Yes, yes.
So his overall budget increase is less than 1%.
So that's the 426, that one.
Yes, that's where the van was budgeted for, yeah.
Yeah, 27.4 was
Yep.
last year.
85.
So overall it's only 1%.
Less, yep, less than 1%.
All right,
Good.
Good job.
very good.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
everybody have a good day.
You
Thank
too,
you,
thank
too.
you.
Todd, before you run off, number 11, where the lease for the,
That, he's not part of that. We'll address that when we get there.
no, but I was over to the office the other day. I stopped in, you weren't there, and had a chance to see the new paint job and had a meeting with the welfare. And I just want to comment, it did look very, very nice. Neat, clean, and orderly. It looked like top-notch military office. So, thank you. I just wanted to thank you and appreciate what you do over there.
Okay.
Good job.
Thanks, Todd. All right, then we'll move on to the treasurer. We get to talk to Carol this morning. She's here to do her budget as well. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning.
Morning, Carol.
Morning. Okay. Sort of like Todd said, the top part is all salary driven. That's based on the new study.
Just a minute, let me catch up.
Sure,
I gotta
sure.
Get to the treasures, I got it now. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then the bottom part, I tried to hold things pretty much as close to where they were as I could. And in some cases, I went down in my budgeting area. The one that we saw the change was like my travel and conference. Last year I had built in for, they were going to be doing regional training sessions. They've decided the new software is going to go in Thanksgiving weekend. At least that's the plan. So it's either done, we're either ready or we're not, so.
Are they planning on trying to do some training then for you before that time?
Well, yes, right now, the only one they've got on the books is they're gonna do some training for the treasurers the day after the workshop in
Oh.
September.
Okay,
But they wanted to do some regional training. I'm hoping that we would be one of the places selected because of the extension center being able to sit up there.
right,
So I've volunteered us
good.
and hopefully Becky will be able to, shoehorn us in
Mhm.
when it comes possible, but
Sounds good,
we'll see.
right.
They're still working on it, so. Repairs and maintenance went down. That's pretty much driven, I think, because of the maintenance agreement that you have with Ultra. I'm sort of gonna lean on that. So that was where I dropped the $1,200 on that. But then, $425. But then, I take from one and I put it back someplace else, but pretty much tried to stay where I was.
Very good.
Okay, any questions? Okay.
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good.
Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
Nice to see you.
See you later.
Yes. All right. Item number 8, action to approve a human resource service agreement. That would be with Natalie if she would want to come up here, please. You want to do a little explanation, Natalie, and we'll go from there.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yeah, so my contract is up. I had the 1-year contract and I've appreciated working with you all over the past year. I think we had a lot of projects and challenges with the compensation study, but we're getting through that and close to the end. And I think overall it is a good thing for the county. So we just had before you a new one-year contract starting, well, technically July 1st.
Right. I guess I appreciate all that you put in with this wage study. It was way more than any of us anticipated. So
Yes.
thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So
Courtesy agreement.
Second.
got a motion by Gable, second by Waterman. Any comments or questions?
How much is the contract for?
$32.50 a month.
Okay.
So it's number, paragraph 4 of the.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Natalie? Are we ready to vote?
I would just say that I appreciate all that you've done. It's been really good to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Second that.
All right.
Thank you.
Ditto, ditto, ditto. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. You're on
Thank you.
board for another year.
Thanks.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, then. Item number 9. I don't know if you want to stay with that too. Action to approve the Highway Department union contract. I guess we were emailed that. We went through. I don't know if Natalie wants to weigh in.
I don't think there were any.
It was just, yeah, we have a 2-year contract. This was just on the other part, just one portion of their contract.
If you want to hit that, I can go to the spots that change.
Yeah, I have the,
I don't have it. This is a PDF version, it's not the track changes.
yep, so the track changes, I can tell you. Let me just get to that. Maybe here. All right, so like Brenda said, this was a 2-year contract that we entered into last year, so it was just a wage opener this year. So we just had the main thing was obviously the compensation study to negotiate on. That was accepted for them. So like section 10.7 we did remove the educational incentive of the 10 cents an hour, as you know, and move to a July 1st in section 11.5, a July 1st annual step increases or evaluations for that instead of on the anniversary date. And then the new wage study. And let me just flip over there. Yep, the table at the very end. And then the addition for the 30-year employees on the additional step.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any other questions, comments?
Just thanks to the union for
Thank you for getting it done.
Yeah, it was a great
getting it
negotiation
done and
this year.
working with us this year.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Very good.
And here's the originals for you, Brenda.
As far
Okay.
as the people might be wondering, so it's like, increase that one place, so about cool. So,
Correct.
All right. We ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Here's your three
All right.
originals.
We'll
Thank
get
you.
that signed.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item number 10, action to advertise and hire a deputy state's attorney to fill a vacancy. Becky, you're back. Yes.
Last time for a while.
You've had quite a summer.
Becky.
Yes.
This is going to be a habit here.
I know, unfortunately, but yes, Megan LaFramboise has accepted a position to go back to work for the tribe. And so she has given her notice. So I am looking for permission to advertise to fill that position.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thanks, Becky.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thanks, Becky.
Be
Yeah.
sure and bring whoever you hire up to introduce. Thank you.
All right, item number 11, we will just keep that on the agenda. That's a work in progress, trying to get those details taken care of. Item number 12, action to approve a tax deed auction notice to bidders, appoint property appraisers, and declare property surplus to be sold.
The treasurer's office has one piece of property that is been taken by tax deed. It's located in Wallace, so we just need to approve my notice to bidders. I believe she wanted to appoint the same property tax appraisers as we've used previously, which would be employees Shauna Constant, Jackie Manning, and Steve Mollengrath. And then the other thing is to declare that property surplus to be sold. One motion will take care of all of it.
Motion by Gable.
Second?
Second by Van Duzen. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 13, action to approve a notice to bidders for asphalt mat construction. That would be with Rick. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. These are spots that we built up last year and spots that the pavement has been wrecked. It was soft underneath. There's 2 spots that they're going to grind and shape it, pack it, and then put 4 inches of asphalt over. And then there's 2 spots that we built up that need to be shaped and have 4 inches of asphalt put over. They're pretty good sized areas. A couple of them are over 1,000 feet. We're looking at 600 ton on one, over 700 ton on the other, 3 on another. And the last one, yeah, there was 500 ton on another one. So I waited until we had all the project with the wind stuff done, so we wouldn't have any confusion. So that's why this is late, but.
Well,
Motion to approve.
I'll
Motion
second
by
that.
Gable, second by Johnson. Any other questions or comments?
Is this, was this done last year?
Some of them were built up last year.
Who did it last year?
We did.
We did it?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna put it on somebody else, right?
This is just, we built up the road. This is to put asphalt over the top on the asphalt roads. There was 2 of them that had, that we built up that were asphalt roads.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, one was south of Tinkertown. The other one was north of Henry, right by the county line, 6 miles north.
Okay. This is not a redo, this is a redo.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time it will
Let's hope
fix
it's
it
a redo done.
and don't have to build it up again.
Okay.
All right,
I'll go with that.
yeah, stop doing that.
It's the start of 40 days today.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 14, discussion regarding gravel crushing failure to meet specs.
We had Rogie Excavating. They were the low bid on gravel crushing this year. And we accepted their bid, and Brownlee Construction to crush. Rogie crushed in a pit north and west of town in the Popham pit. And we had 4 samples taken to Geotech in Sioux Falls. All the crushing that he did, as far as the rock size and all that, was good, but the plasticity that holds everything together, all 4 samples failed. And he didn't, I sent him these and he wanted another one done, so he hired another outfit out of Brookings to do it. Theirs failed also. And I informed him that I would be telling you guys that I was going to reject his pile and not pay him. So I'm gonna have Brownlee do the crushing now. He'll be in a different pit, which is sad because I need the gravel, and that's a good pit for gravel that he did. They took all the clay off before it was crushed, so
So what are you gonna do with that pile?
not a thing.
Not
It
a
doesn't
thing.
belong to us. That's his problem.
There's no way they can add that material back in once they do that. It has to be
They
done at the same
could, but
time.
it'd be a
Process.
hassle. And I don't know if the clay is still in there, if somebody else hauled it out or not.
Oh,
It'd
gotcha.
be tough to get it in there at a consistent
Yes.
rate too. It'd be
Yeah.
tough.
So I just wanted to inform you guys that,
Right. That will hold us up then. I mean, if you only have, you had 2, now we have 1, so.
yeah, so
What
Okay.
was the difference between Brownlee's bid and these guys' bid?
just a few cents. There was just a few cents difference. I should have wrote it down, but I don't remember what it is, but it
So
wasn't very much.
they took too much overburden off.
Yep. Yeah, all the clay was stripped off the bank, so
Did we ever take action to accept Brownlee's?
Yeah, when we
We accepted both?
yeah, we accepted
Okay,
both,
all right,
so.
okay.
Yeah, but I had called him and let him know that we weren't gonna take his pile, so
How many tons was that about?
20,000,
Not a big pile.
it was enough,
It was enough with
But-
it.
yep, so.
All right.
All right.
We ready to vote? Well, actually, we
just
didn't do,
discussion.
yeah, we didn't do a motion on it, so, all right, I guess we're informed.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
thank you.
Thank you, Brent.
All right, item number 15, action to approve plat resolutions. The first one is Blaze Edition in Dexter Township. The second one is Van Zandy Edition in Sheridan Township. Those did come before the Planning and Zoning Board, and it was passed unanimously there. Cindy has some information if you want to.
I didn't get the, I kept checking it out.
It was,
Okay, Mitch, it was just a.
was before the planning and
Yes,
zoning, and
yes, and it
they
was
recommended approval on both.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second it.
All right, we got,
That's on Blaze Edition.
yeah, we'll do one at a time.
Yeah,
So,
Blaze Edition.
Blaze
Okay.
Edition, Van Duzen made it, Waterman seconded that. Any other discussion?
Some Dexter.
Yep, that
Yes.
was from Dexter. I believe that's Homestead. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Now we'll move on to Van Zandy Edition in Sheridan.
I'll make a motion to approve that as well.
Motion by Van Duzen,
Second.
second by Gable. Anyone have any questions, comments? They're moving, that one, they're gonna move the Homestead over to that new location over there, up in the corner, where the blue,
Pretty simple.
yeah. Yep, they're just moving, and they can do that. All right, we're ready to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 16, action to approve a fireworks show permit. You have that in your packet. Cindy, do you want to add anything to this?
No, what you see is what I got,
Right.
so
And he was informed that if we have a burn ban in place, then this will not be allowed. so.
he was,
Mhm. I told him that,
okay, all right.
so,
Yeah,
Move to approve.
The date on this is July 31st.
right, the applicant is Matthew Kranz, the place of discharge is 2137 20th Avenue Southeast on July 31st.
Let's hope
okay,
it's
we
still
had
right.
a motion by, who made the motion?
Johnson
did.
Johnson, and did we seconded it? Second by Gable. All right, any other discussion? Yeah, I had a conversation with him and let him know, and I don't know if Jamie has had any conversations with him, but he's aware that if a burn ban is in place, then that's not allowed, so. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 17, I think we'll put that to the end of the meeting. We'll have an executive session, and I don't know if there's even going to be a decision today on that. I think there's some more work that will need to be done. Item number 18, note Waverly South Shore basketball team's raffle.
This is just a raffle that the Waverly South Shore girls and boys basketball team holds every year, and per law, they are to notify the county commission. You do not need to take any action on it. We will just note it in the minutes that we've been made aware of it.
So
Yep.
noted.
All righty, yeah, that's something new that, well, it's been in place for a while, but didn't
Yep.
realize now all those different nonprofits need to do that. Item number 19, discussion and possible action to pass a resolution to lift the burn ban on open burning. We'll have Jamie come up and give us some information, so. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Well, it was kind of active for our local Watertown Fire Department over the weekend with some smaller grass fires, which were contained relatively quick. I think the biggest one I seen was roughly about an acre and a half up by south by West Pelican. But moving forward, the most current outlook that I get out of the state, things still do not look good. And the prediction center throughout the state remains very high. So with that said, I think honestly, my opinion is rather than putting on, taking off, putting on, taking off, I would leave it in place for another week and let's just see where this moisture goes with us. Neighboring county, Grant County, actually, you know, they received a couple of spots of inch and a half in areas up there and still went right back to dry with those above normal temperatures. And our 30-day outlook, we dropped 2 more points on our soil moisture anomaly that they provide. And we're still in that moderate category. We're looking at 50% probability for the month of July above normal temperatures, and we're looking at 40% below normal precipitation values. So my opinion and recommendation would be to leave it on. This is the driest June since 2012. And notably, there was a couple of pretty large acreage fires back in 2012. If you guys kind of remember that, I remember it being a little dry, but that would be my recommendation to you is let's see what happens within another week. It's only a week. Kind of refrain from open burning. We did have a rubble pit south of town that reignited due to an individual pushing up that pile. But
I'll make a motion to leave it as it is.
I don't think we need a motion. It's in
Possible
place,
action.
so we'll
Yeah,
just
Oh,
leave
if
it.
it's in
okay.
place, we'll
Yep.
just leave it.
Just
Yep.
leave it?
Yeah,
say
we'll leave
revisit
it.
it again next
Okay.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, this action was
Yep.
to lift it if you wanted
Yep.
to, so.
Gotcha.
yeah.
I'd recommend not to lift. Let's see what another 7
Yep.
days buys
I would
us.
recommend
We'll
that we just keep it as
Leave it
is.
on, yeah, let's leave it on the agenda. And then we'll address
Yep.
it week by week. So we'll just keep it there.
Let's hope it's
Thanks,
still
Jamie.
raining.
All right.
Yes. Hopefully we get some more today, throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jamie. Item number 20, discussion possible action to adopt a resolution to pursue legislation regarding a 0.5% countywide temporary sales tax for construction of county facilities. And Lee, if you would want to explain this again.
So a couple of years ago, if you guys remember, House Bill 1099, this is basically the same resolution. I can't remember if we did it as a county or as a Sioux Valley Commissioners last time, that 2 years ago. I think we did it as a county.
What year did you?
It would have been, that would have been 20.
I know that we approved it at, we may have done it at the local.
2019 resolution? Okay.
Yeah, we may have done it at the local, but I know we did it at Sioux Valley, but it's past that time since we
Yeah,
had
so now-
ours.
So now, if we, the South Dakota Association of County Commissioners asked that we look at this again. So the only difference, so basically what this does, and I have my little video, I can show that, so it's about 2 minutes, so it explains it. Do you mind if I do that? If I could show it on.
What was the only thing that you changed on this?
The only thing is that changed a couple of the whereases.
You did adopt a county resolution too,
Yeah, it was a county resolution.
I was thinking it was both.
2019-17.
Yeah, the only thing that changed was a couple of whereases, and let me just show it. This explains what, this is silent, so I thought maybe Commissioner Andrews you could call, that's all. And then, but this explains what the resolution would do. Or what, if it became law, what it would do, so. So,
If a county must issue bonds to fund a new building.
so I don't think I think I might have showed this video before, but I don't think we were streaming. So for the 7 people watching, this is their chance to get some entertainment.
And the reason this is coming before you is because resolutions for the SDACC County Convention need to be submitted before July 31st. So, and then it will be decided on and voted on by the whole body at our
Right.
convention.
Yeah, so while that's playing, I think the only 2 things that change in the resolution are in the preamble part where you say whereas this, whereas that. And there's a typo in it. I'll actually show you on the screen that I've corrected. One of the new whereases. One is that I didn't realize this before, but people often get concerned about how will the tax sunset. And well, there's already a similar law in statute that allows cities to add a penny. So on top of the penny, the sales tax that they already have, the city could add a 3rd penny. And then it would sunset after the purposes of that penny were done. So that kind of writing is already in law. So that's one of the whereases. And then, in other words, one of the preamble reasons. And then the other piece was just we've added the number of counties that have had this problem that we did, where counties go ask their voters for property tax. Usually it's to build a jail or a courthouse, and they run into problems. So that list is growing, and so that is those counties that have had that issue. So it's essentially, though, what this video is talking about is that if building a structure for a county to build a structure with a 0.5 cent sales tax, if you dedicate that 0.5 cent sales tax just to the thing that the voters approved, That's gonna save a lot of money in interest because it's gonna generate revenue. And it's gonna depend on the county, the conditions of the county and the economic situation in the county. But it gives more flexibility. So in the case of Codington or a county like Brookings or Lawrence, this would be a significant savings because it's kind of like taking your house from a 30 to a 15-year mortgage. You save all that money in interest. So that's kind of the way to do it. And it's not, this would have to be voter approved. Unlike the statute that's already there for cities where it's just a city council, we don't get to approve this. We would have to refer it to the voters. So that's
The most recent rejection was a Clay County vote on June 8th of this year.
Yeah, so-
That they also failed to pass a bond issue.
yeah. So then same thing. And then Lincoln just before that, Lincoln County just before that. So that, I think that it was Clay in the resolution. I can't think of it.
Yes, it is 2021. And also Walworth, I think, ended up having to shut their jail
Yeah,
down.
they did.
Yeah. So anyway, so that there's, you can see on the screen that when I was reading that, I made a typo. So I'll send Cindy, or I'll whatever we send to SDCC, assuming we approve this, it's has that corrected.
Okay, sounds good.
So, and then the rest is the text on the bottom kind of explains what the video just explains, like what it would do, and then there's some more justification in that. So you have that in your packets.
All right.
So I'll make a motion to adopt this resolution.
Okay, I have a motion by Gable. Do I have a second to that?
I'll second.
Second by Van Duzen. Any other comments or questions?
It's just to pursue legislation.
Yes.
So this is the process for the South Dakota Association.
Step
of County
one.
Commissioners.
Yep, step one.
So
This is the resolution that opens the door to a sales tax increase of 0.5%. Everybody in the county would pay for it. On the other hand, we're talking about taking away 0.5% that's sales tax that's charged on food because it's a regressive tax that people can't afford to it now. We got a real oxymoron here. I know this has been pushed by a few individuals and as a means of financing. Ever since we were a state, it was set up so that taxpayer money, property tax would pay for this. This way we're opening a new door. It's a new door that won't be closed. I've never seen a bill sunsetted after it's been reasons. It's just an extension of a sunset. It's a whatever, but it will not go away depending on, regardless of what you said, Mr. Gable. It's sunsetted, but it will not go away. Once you implement a tax, it's there forever. And I don't support it. I won't support it. I never have supported it.
Can I respond?
Yes, you sure may.
So the first thing is as far as what things are taxed, I know some states don't tax food and clothing. If that ever changed in South Dakota, this would be independent of that. So, obviously that would affect the projections, how long, how effective a half-cent sales tax might be in a particular situation. And in some counties, it's going to be different county by county. So in some counties, this, property tax might still be the appropriate thing to ask your voters for. But the bottom line here is voters get a choice. The county has to give the voter a choice the way this resolution, this is what we're asking for in this resolution. And then the other thing is, do you want to give voters an opportunity to save money, to have the most flexibility in how they pay for infrastructure? I mean, the way South Dakota law is put together, especially for counties, is when you build something big, you have to increase the property tax levy. It's not like a second penny sales tax that like the cities get, that they constantly use that for their capital improvements. This is something that we have to do case by case. And so this is another way to make that more flexible, more economical for our taxpayers.
And it will sunset. It's not something that will stay. It absolutely sunset.
And once again, it is voter approved.
And on the sunset, it's like, I think you bring that, remind me of that. So as mentioned here, in South Dakota Codified Law 10-52-2.4, cities already have this authority, but they just do it. It's just for a third penny. It's basically to liquidate any or to take care of any debt that they need to take care of. There's some provisions on that. I didn't quote the whole statute there, but there is a sunset provision in that statute. So apparently the legislature back in 1981, when they passed that, felt quite comfortable with that sunset statute. So that's, basically it says when that bill is paid, when the city pays that bill, then within a quarter, there's a term in there, then the tax comes off. so that's, you have to write it in wrong, so
Yeah.
I'll listen to any ideas that you have of how we want to work that, or suggest to any legislators that might be willing to sponsor and work on this. I'm happy that we can sit down with them and talk to them about any kind of wording that would make, that we think needs to.
So-
To ensure the sunset would indeed take place.
Like on the cities, their municipality, their third is temporary. So I don't know if we add that in, temporary, halfpenny,
Yeah,
and
this
then
one does say-
sunset.
this
So,
one here's what it says, and so.
I mean, because when they say temporary, then it does sunset. I
Yeah,
mean, it
so
doesn't
it's-
stay on.
That's right. And I lived in Minnesota and I remember temporary and I remember all the words that you mentioned and Lee mentions. Remember them all. And I remember it was going from a 3 to a 3.5% sales tax. They called it the lavender penny. Never went away. And it won't go away here either.
How was the statute written? I mean, that's the.
I don't know how it was written. I was 12 years old.
That's what we need to do. So that's.
But it won't, it will not go away.
Well,
It's
our
guaranteed.
intent is this will
I know
go
this is
away.
primarily to build a new jail. We've remodeled the courthouse. We've got a number of people sitting in there right now that we're approaching 80 people. I think we need to look at our judiciary and our lawyers of getting some people through the system faster. That's what we were told with the courthouse. We need that. Are we just going to hold more people? We can't hold all the people. that
Lee, am
we put in.
I correct in saying that this is not just for a jail? This is for county infrastructure?
County
Can I
structures.
just, that's so, yeah.
I will succeed that. Yes, it is for all structures, but primarily this was brought up just for the jail.
That's what got our attention, Commissioner, and that's what's getting a lot of counties' attention right now, as this talks about. So if it's not temporary, we don't want this. So that's why we put in this resolution the word temporary. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We do have, Charlie, you brought up jails, and that is obviously a problem in South Dakota. Clay County just voted against their bond of building a new jail. Walworth County has had to close their jail. Clay County is going to have to close their jail. So we're seeing jails closing all across the state, and that's a problem for us in South Dakota. We have got to come to a solution and figure out how we're going to fix this issue.
And so this is a suggestion to the legislature, to do that through our County Commissioner Association. And as far as being available for other structures, it just takes whatever statute that counties can build. And so that way, this could potentially benefit other counties, not just ones with jails.
Right.
And so
that's why we included it, because there are some of those that have issues with their county buildings as well. So they
And the one
need
thing that I
this-
like about this resolution is that it still gives the voters the right to either approve or reject the issue. It's not, here's this tax we're going to impose on you without, it's a voter approved tax. So
That it is. All right. Any other discussion? I think we'll have Cindy call the roll.
Gable. Waterman.
No.
Johnson.
Aye.
Van Duzen.
aye.
Hanton.
Aye.
That is 4 in favor, 1 against.
All right. And we'll bring that then to, that will be discussed during, when we go through resolutions. And then if it gets through there, we'll show up at our county convention.
so I'll forward that to the association.
Yes.
So I can
That's what you'll
put
do.
that typo corrected in there.
Sounds good. All right. Item number 21, action to approve claims for payment.
The claims we have today are salary claims for the month of July. Total salary claims, $607,794.95.
So moved.
All right. Motion by Gable.
Second.
Second by Van Duzen. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right. 22, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
I have one automatic supplement. It's for the historic preservation grant. We received grant funds in the amount of $1,175, and we can reimburse the Historical Society, Compesca Heritage Museum in that amount. Just need to automatically supplement their budget with the grant funds.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any discussion on that? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Action to approve personnel changes. We have a few of those as well.
The first one is Allison Bakken is the deputy state's attorney, due a 6 months increase. She'll go to $34.50 per hour. Jamie Monson is criminal records manager in the state's attorney's office, due an anniversary step increase to step 7, $23.29 an hour. Mary Franson is deputy register of deeds, due a step increase to step 14, $25.25 per hour. Jill Schweitzer is a clerk in the Register of Deeds, do an anniversary step increase to step 14, $21.05 per hour. Adam Reeves is deputy sheriff, do an anniversary step increase to step 9, $27.64 per hour. Jamie Dolan is maintenance 3 at the highway department, step increase, step 9, $24.48 per hour. Sherry Howell is the secretary in the emergency management office, do a step increase to step 12, $20.44 per hour.
Move to approve.
All right. Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any other discussion?
Just so people know, this is the fact that this is all happening effective July 1st as a result of the wage study.
Because of
the new schedule.
Yep. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 24, action to approve travel requests.
The first one is for myself. I'm requesting authorization to take the NACO Leadership Academy class. The registration fee is $1,645. There is no travel involved with that. Second one is the state's attorney's office to send a deputy state's attorney to a Sexual Violence Institute conference. And let's see. Well, the next one is the clerical staff in the community health office to attend a regional staff meeting. And then the emergency management director and secretary to attend the state EM 102 class.
All
So moved.
budgeted items.
All right, motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Any other comments, questions?
Those are all budgeted items.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Public notices, possible quorum of commissioners. Do we have any that you can think of? Does anyone have anything? That's next, and that's not always in person. Republican Central Committee, that's what I'm thinking. So there could be a quorum of commissioners at that. Anything else? All right, any old business? Any new business? I did attend the SDACC Executive Board meeting. I have information that will be emailed to you folks. Anything I get, I'll share.
Just Cindy and I did listen to that webinar on reporting requirements for the American Rescue Plan, just the state and local relief, long abbreviation part of that. And we got a little bit confused on a few things, but we have, so we're working on understanding that. But essentially, it looks like the first report is going to be due at the end of August. Hopefully it's a fairly simple thing because we don't really have, we still are working on that sense of like, what can you use this money for? That's the big question. And so,
Yes, and anything that I can go to with this NACO conference that is in relation to that, I will take all them in. And if you have questions, if I can get them answered, I will.
I have one item. There was a new law that went into effect July 1st. So when we are meeting with remotely or board members meeting by teleconference, roll call vote is no longer required. Unless when you take the vote on an issue, you hear somebody say,
No,
somebody voting no, then you have to take the roll call vote.
That was
But
safe.
initially, there is no need for a roll call vote anymore, which should speed things.
yes, not even the one not attending, they don't have to do roll call on them?
Correct, correct. Unless we hear a no vote, we assume everything is yes, so.
Yes, less cumbersome. All
That
right,
took effect July 1st.
very good. Anything for the open? All right, if you want to come on up, Rick.
This is just for the road reclamation. Thursday, we're gonna have a pre-con meeting, probably at my shop. And next Monday, the person that's going to do the grinding want to start reclaiming somewhere. I'm not sure if it's up by South Shore or if it's down south of Kransburg, but they want to get started next week. And we're going to try and have a meeting in Waverly and Kransburg to inform the people what's going on. So they have some kind of an idea, you know, before they just go start grinding roads up and turning it back to gravel
Right.
for a short time. So,
Sounds good.
but the pre-con's not until Thursday, so
Okay.
we'll try and line something up after that.
At your shop, he said.
Yep,
You don't have any idea on time yet?
no,
Okay.
just the pre-con, that's all. That'll be Thursday at 1 o'clock.
1, okay.
Yep. But the rest of it, when they're gonna start grinding the roads and all the other stuff,
Get going on it.
yep. But
Okay.
they're getting ready to do it, so.
I like that. I appreciate the fact that they will have those meetings for the residents, so it keeps them informed.
Yep, and Waylon or Jordan from Banner and I, and if any of you want to come, I'll let you know when we can get the meeting set up in Waverly and Kransburg. So.
Sounds good.
Good.
Appreciate that.
Yep,
Thanks, Rick.
thank you.
Very good. Anybody else have anything for the open? We have a reason to go into exec. One is personnel. What would do, what,
The other would be safety, security.
safety and security. And do we have anything, contracts? Okay, so we have 3 items that we'll be going in for.
And there might be action on one item.
There might be on item number 11 when we come out.
So do we need to, we can Zoom on actually, we might just,
We'll come back on after we get out of the meeting, however we got to do it.
let's turn off the YouTube.
All right, we need
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
All right, motion by Gable, or Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we are in exec. Thanks.